Hello again, it is Mr. ZeroX here. I am currently working on the following titles: an FPS, a platformer, and an action-adventure title. The current clips you are seeing are from an action-adventure title that I am making. The reason why I'm referring to it as an action-adventure title is because the name is not stuck in stone, nor is it copywritten. So, to, basically protect my own rights and protect my game title, which will be used as a commercial interest, most likely sold between the prices of $5 to $10, I am not going to mention the basic name of the product yet, or the test name, because I'm not too sure exactly what I'm going to call it. That aside, here are some behind-the-scene clips of basically what the game is to look like. Keep in mind, while viewing these behind-the-scene clips, that the sky and the trees will not be present in the official demo title or release title of this game. The only reason why they are there right now is to set an example of what it may or may not look like once the game is done. So I am currently working on my own models for the trees, and I'm also working on a moving sky to work in real time, with the game. It's basically saying if the player stays in one place too long in its daytime, it may turn nighttime right in front of you, and it won't be like right away, it'll turn with, the player. So if the player looks up and, looks at the sky, and you can watch the, sky turn to dark, it won't be just sudden. So the gradual change. From these clips you can see the textures are very rich and very vibrant. All textures were made by myself with little to no time to work on them, and I made some of the greatest textures I've ever made ever. So I'm very, very proud of my textures. So hopefully you can see an example of what these look like from these pictures. The rocks and the terrain and all that, the shape of the mountains are actually going to change. I'm going to make those look a little bit more realistic. The reason why I went with the look that they were was because I wasn't entirely sure if I wanted a cartoonish, cutesy kind of thing, or more of a realistic environment. And I decided to actually go with a more realistic look. So I was basically undecided on what I wanted them to look like. So I'm going to basically, look at some pictures online and see, well, what does this place look like in real life? So I'm going to try to change the shape of those quite a bit. So if you don't like them now, don't worry, because they're most likely going to change. This game will be playable in full, 1080p HD, so very impressive. The textures you see right now are probably going to be enhanced a little bit before the actual release of this game, as well as the demo release of this game. It'll also be playable in lower resolutions such as 720p. 480p, not too sure how low of a resolution this game will be playable in, but I'm trying to make it as low as possible. So, I'm not too sure if this will be multiplayer or not, but if it does so be multiplayer, I may make those levels, completely separate from the actual game, or I just may make it able so you can play with 3 or 4 people at a time. Who knows? We'll see. At the moment, I'm only making this a single-player game, so, sadly, but in the future it may change. I may, release an update for this game that, does this, because I actually have learned, how to make a multi-network game so far. But it doesn't work as well as I want it to. This game will be playable, in the browser, as well as downloaded for, better graphics and stuff like that. But for lower resolutions, it will be playable in the browser. Of course not HD. If you want HD, you're going to need to download the game. So I'll keep you posted on this. Keep, going to this channel for updates. And eventually, soon, I will make my own channel for this game alone. So cheers till next time.